on the way out. No food or drink down there. We've got blind salamanders. They're endangered. We don't want to introduce anything to them that can harm them. And we also don't want to pollute the cave. Also, please don't touch any of the formations. It will damage them. You'll get to touch one along the way though. We'll go over that when we get there. Also, the stairway we're about to go down, I'm pretty sure wasn't built by an engineer in 1927. They're sturdy, but they're steep and uneven. So just be careful going down. Use the handrails, take your time. We're in no hurry. I'm paid by the hour, okay? Safety first. Most important rule, have fun. And you're able to take all the pictures you want. No problem.
Deal.
Right, come on down.
Ooh.
It depends on where you're at and what the lighting is.
Oh, it's cold.
Yeah. You might be having it on and off the whole time. As we're going down, as soon as you start going down the stairs, look up to the left, right under here. We have a couple little bats. Oh, they're just sleeping. I know you want to put them in your pocket, take them home and call them George, but you can't. And if you take a picture of them, obviously don't use your flash. They're sleeping. All right.
I don't want to take a picture. It's 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, outside.
Just in here. Ooh. Ooh. Gosh. Be careful. Where's the bat? Wow. This is an adventure cave. Jeez. Oh gosh. Ooh, it's slippery. Look at that. Oh. You okay, babe? Jeez. No, so you just have to like formation, like small one first, and it forms like this in long run. In few years, it goes like this. Wow.
Right. Well, now I live here. Okay. But I did live in Corpus Christi for a year and a half. And I came back here. Yeah. All right. Is this anyone's first time in a cave?
Oh, no, we're not. We're not.
All right, underground, big difference. Well, I'll just start with a little bit of history of the cave. It was first discovered in 1845. John Moore and his sons were in the area prospecting for lead or galena. They didn't find any in here, so they moved on, but they did find a hole for us, so that was nice. In fact, they named it after themselves. The first name of the cave was Moore's Cave. We've had many names since then, but that's where it began. Now in the 1880s, the Yule family homesteaded above.
We're passing the brain.
And they did find something down here worth cutting out and making money on. And that was,
This one down and clear up here.
that's not distracting at all. And this is a good example of cave onyx. It's actually calcite. They call it cave onyx because it has a lot of the same minerals as regular onyx, which is actually formed above ground in the streams. But since it illuminates like this and it pretty much carves and works the same as onyx, it's cave onyx.
Okay.
Anyway, they would take it by wagon to Eureka Springs and carve little figurines and jewelry out of it. Now in the 1920s, the early 1920s, the mining was resumed by teenage boys. This time though, it was taken off by train to become the airship knob in the Model A Ford. Kind of cool, fancy knobs. But here's the thing, they made 8 cents a pound.
Oh.
That's some hard-earned money down there.
Wow.
Anyway, I guess back then it wasn't too bad, especially for teenage boys. But anyway, of course, back then they were not lucky enough to have flashlights like we are today. They had to walk around down here in the pitch black dark on the natural terrain with nothing but a lantern or a torch. Can
Okay.
you imagine? I think I would have a different hobby back then. Just saying.
The
I
torch.
Like my flashlight. Anyway, they would dip that pine knot in kerosene or tree sap, light it on fire. That was their light source. Hopefully they had a longer stick on theirs. But they left a few of these behind, so it's kind of a cool little find, you know? Something else they've left behind, quite a bit of, actually, pieces of tire. Odd, right? Well, remember those cute little fuzzy bats we saw when we came in? Apparently back then they were evil creatures. So they would light tires on fire and roll them into the cave to smoke out our poor little bats.
Oh.
It's part of the reason why we don't have a lot of them in here these days. Just a few here and there in the springtime. Come summer, we probably won't see any. But they obviously didn't understand the importance of a bat. A bat will eat about 3,000 mosquitoes a night.
Oh.
I think we need to just let them be and let them do their thing. In fact, some people will even get little bat houses to put around their house so that bats will come and move in and keep the mosquitoes away. Kind of a
Interesting.
cool idea. I do it, but I have cats. Yeah, and that might not work out so well. Anyway. Of course, burning tires is going to put off some pretty nasty black smoke, right? So we are going to see some smoke damage throughout the beginning of the cave.
Oh.
Yes, we're also going to see a lot of our formations have been broke off. That is from the mining. That's the calcite they were cutting out of here. It was our formations. But now, of course, the further back we go, the less damage you're going to see because they're not going to make it real far with torches and no walkways. So it gets prettier the further we go back. Now, 1927, like I said, is when that stairway was built that we came in on. That's when they opened it up to the public. It was a dime, they were handed a candle, and it was self-guided.
Wow.
Hard enough going down those stairs when there's lights on, but if you can imagine going down them into the pitch black dark with nothing but a candle by yourself.
Oh,
Again, I'm
jeez.
pretty sure I'd have a different hobby. Anyway, moving way forward in history, not too long ago, 2008, the cave had a 1,000-year flood. The owner calls it that because no one in the cave's history has ever seen it flood like this before. The water level went all the way up to the entrance where we came in, about 2 steps down.
Oh.
Filled her up. That's a lot of water.
Oh gosh.
It took months for the water level to go back down to average, as you can probably imagine. But as it was going down, the owner was standing right here, pretty much a waterfront. Not only could he hear, but he could feel a massive amount of water falling on the other side of all this rock. All this was shaking. The floor we're standing on was shaking. You would think that would spook him a little bit. Right? But no, it really just sparked his curiosity. If there's water falling back there, there must be space. He likes to know about every bit of space in here. So he started this dig for everyone else to finish. Now, I said that, but actually this last winter he did a lot of work on it. He took it from 28 feet back to 40 feet back. So it's a work in progress. It's a very slow process. Not only do we got to crawl back there 40 feet now, you got to take tools with you to chisel and dig away at the rock laid mud. Then of course you got to take buckets, because where else you going to put it? And then you got to crawl back with those heavy buckets, find a place to dump them, start all over. We
Okay.
pretty much only do that in the winters if we get super bored. Now, if you're wondering why there's a stethoscope hanging in a cave, some people do. It's actually a pretty nifty tool to have when you're digging through trying to find space. So if you can hear airflow or water dripping, you know you're getting close. The last person to use one back there was quite a few feet ago, but they did hear airflow. But everyone's pretty sure we're getting pretty close. Who knows? Maybe the next time y'all come back, we'll have a whole new area to explore. Maybe I'll find it and it'll be called the Janelle Room.
Why not?
Now, did y'all notice the crack in the ceiling? Yes. Does anyone have a guess as to what this is? Other than a crack in the ceiling. This is a fault line. was.
Still like, I just see that. But then I'm like,
Like, that can't be.
I'm like, well, we're in a cave with a fault line.
Yes, we're standing under a fault line. Isn't that awesome?
I'm a science teacher, so I gotta take
Oh, right on. Now, of course, this is an inactive fault line. Don't worry too much. The reason we know that is because of all the formations that are growing in and through and around it. A lot of those formations are thousands of years old.
Really?
So if the Earth had shifted here any time in the last thousands of years, they wouldn't be in such good form. Plus, I'm down here quite a bit, so we're sticking with its inactive, okay? Okay. We'll talk more about that crack here in a little bit. It's quite significant to the cave. Any questions before we head down?
And so far,
The big fault line in Missouri at all? What is it called?
This is part of the Kimberling Fault. It's about 40 miles long, and it does go up into Missouri.
What's the big one?
Thank you. It took two of us, but we figured it out. All right, we're leaving the first level. I think it's a min. No answer. Okay. Come on down. Don't try to keep up with me. I'm gonna run ahead and turn the lights down there.
that's it. What? Calcium? Coliseum? Really?
That's scary.
Oh goodness. I should. I don't want to fall. God. It's very deep. Oh gosh. Oh, wow. Yeah. Good, look at that. You do, my love. I'm taking video.
I'd like to say it's the Black Onyx or something, but
Gosh, it's so nice. There's black onyx.
Alright, so we're gonna see two lakes on this tour. Believe it or not, this isn't one of them. This is our overflow road. So when we get a little extra rain and lakes overflow, comes into this